What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 126 of the Career Mode. Today's episode, guys, we've got two games mixed in with a champion, or three games rather, two in the league and one in the Champions League. The middle one is the first leg of that feat against Real Madrid, up to come in between the two league games in today's episode. So you see those two first, and then we'll move on to the final game of the episode, which will be Palermo back in the league. So, how's he looking at the moment, guys? Of course, last episode, the episode was titled The Best Goalkeeper in the World, and I still firmly stand by that Lou is the best goalkeeper in world football as of right now on the save. So, in my opinion, there's nobody better. I would not have anybody else in between the sticks for us. I would like to keep Lou as long as possible, or as long as his heart is wanting to stay here at Inter Milan. So, today's episode, as I said, three games. We're looking to wrap up we're looking to wrap up the title. We're not quite there yet in terms of mathematically, but of course the victory against Juventus made sure that we are quite far ahead. We're 9 points at the top of the table at the moment with 7 games to go, I think it was now. So in terms of mathematically, not quite there yet, but I still believe that we'll be able to do it come the end of the season. We'll be crowned champions. So we've got this game, and then if we can wrap up that, we have the first leg of the Real Madrid one to come in the Champions League. Now that's going to be tough. I said last episode, every team from here on out is not going to be easy with the Inter Milan team. Of course, anybody that gets to this stage will have to be a very good team to get there, and therefore we can't take any teams lightly. No matter who we draw, it will be a tough draw no matter what. So that game to come later on is going to really just, I guess, give me an indication of how we're going to play in the Champions League, because we don't have the same team we had back at Leeds, but we still got a very, very competitive side here at Inter Milan, playing in 3 trophies across the board. So we're still in all 3 chances to do the treble in this one. If we can do it in our first season as manager, that would be incredible. 39 minutes into the game, guys, against Sampdoria here. They did, in fact, take the lead. I had a shocker in this first half. It took 40 minutes, and they did create the first chance, and it was a great chance to them. You know, nice ball across the face of goal. Defensively, though, that was poor from me, and it got even worse because 45 minutes in, I just did not get off to a good start in this. I'd sort of taken a break off FIFA for a little bit of time, didn't record this, and then I came back. I should have played a warm-up game, I didn't do. Came into this one against Sampdoria here and instantly regretted it completely because they made it 2-0 on the stroke of half-time. So, you remember we got our first defeat not so long back to Udinese for a penalty in a 1-0 defeat. This one, we got a defeat because we were completely outclassed. Nothing else to go through that. Just literally completely outclassed. So, at the end of the day, we've already lost the game. It would have hurt had this have been our first defeat, but of course it's now our second in the league. And we do drop points, but the fact that we beat Juventus not so long ago means that I can have that little bit of ability to drop the points away from home, or at home rather, against Sampdoria. So, I said we'll drop points to teams that we're not expecting, and in my opinion, that was one of the teams we weren't expected to drop points against. So the fact we did there, not great, but as I mentioned, the win against Juventus gave us that little bit of lifeline we needed to basically come back, because I should have honestly played a warm-up game. I came back to FIFA after a brief spell away from it, and I should have really just played a warm-up game to get myself back into the swing of things. Didn't do, and that's the punishment I got for it. A 2-0 defeat in a game that, honestly, it was a very even match. I just didn't take my chances, and that didn't look good. All things considered, we then had the first leg against Real Madrid. So if I'm playing like that, there's no way I'm going to be able to beat this Real Madrid team. You can see it is, of course, legendary difficulty. The sliders are remaining the same. I'll show you those in a second. But as I mentioned before, some of the teams in FIFA and Career Mode for me just don't seem to do what they need to be doing. For example, if you have Real Madrid, Barcelona, all these teams that have got ridiculous amounts of money, you'd be able to literally sign any player you wanted. And when I look at some of these teams and the defensive units they've gone with, or the midfielders, or just in general, the players they've signed, I would have done it much differently. And so it kind of spoils it for me. You know, the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona would be able to attract the best talent in the world. So it pains me to see the fact that they have Umtiti and Koulibaly at centre-back for Barcelona, for example, unless both of those guys are 2 of the world's best centre-backs, and I just don't know about them. But you know, you've got the likes of Eric Bailly, currently at Leeds United, 88 overall. You've got the likes of Varane, who's at Real Madrid at the moment, who's 91. So there's still very good centre-backs all across the board. And coincidentally, Leeds have actually got FC Barcelona in the next round of their the knockout round. So maybe they'll get through that one. We'll have to wait and see. But of course, we're forgetting about them. We're not at Leeds anymore. The ultimate goal for us here is to take down this big Real Madrid side. And having the home leg first, I spoke about it before. I like to have the home leg first, and then I know how many away goals I've got to try and beat if the AI, in fact, do score against me. I'll show you their team in a second because I didn't want to wait around. I wanted to get straight into this one. You can see, as I mentioned, Carvajal, Mustafi, Varane, and Daley Blind, and Lopez in between the sticks. I could have thought of so many other players I would have got for left back and goalkeeper, and maybe even right back, because tell you what, the Real Madrid defensive line didn't look that threatening. Varane, you know, we've scouted him before, we know how good he is, but everybody else in there, I didn't really fear too much. And 21 minutes into the game, we tried to get a nice bit of passing play going, but it was just all so bobbly, you can see. I couldn't quite get the ball under control. Eventually we do, though, as we break forward. Renato Sanchez, he goes down the right-hand side, gives the ball off to João Mario. Fantastic play down this right-hand side. João Mario cuts inside of his man, gives it off to Renato Sanchez, and then near post OP finish. 24 minutes on the clock. Sanchez says thank you very much. It all came from his drive towards the Real Madrid goal, so rightfully so, him finishing the move off as well. And I tell you what, like I said, I just don't feel the Real Madrid, back four is good enough. If it was me and I was the manager there, I'd be looking to sign a completely different back four. Maybe I'll keep Mustafi and Varane, but other than that, I'm not too sure even Mustafi would keep his place in my side if I was the Real Madrid boss. But I'm not the Real Madrid boss. I am the Inter Milan boss, and we are leading the game by 1-0, courtesy of a Renato Sanchez finish. So, good way to start this one off, especially when you consider the fact we lost the opener at 2-0 in the episode. So, I had to come back and I had to make sure that I was playing well, and it got better for us. 40 minutes on the clock. Thomas Amang getting through on goal, beats the man to it. Low-driven shot. Lopez gets nowhere near it, and we were leading by 2-0 in the first leg of this Champions League fixture. I was buzzing. I was thinking, you know what? If we can take a 2-0 lead back to Santiago Bernabeu with us, I'll take that every single day of the week. You can see again, though, Lopez. This is what I'm talking about. I understand the low-driven shot is so difficult to save in this year's FIFA, but still, Lopez, is he good enough as a goalkeeper to be playing for Real Madrid? Possibly, possibly not. Who knows? I mean, David De Gea is still in the game. Manuel Neuer is still in the game, and they're both over 90 rated. We, of course, have Lou between the sticks, and he is by far, in my opinion, the best goalkeeper in the world. So, there's other choices you could have gone with. Maybe Lopez is good enough, and I just need to scout his overall. But at the end of the day, as I mentioned, this Real Madrid team, it was a bit of a letdown, and it's just so frustrating because, like I said, they've got so much money. Why are they not splashing the cash on so many good players? We won ourselves a penalty as well, 50 minutes in. It's a dubious penalty, but I tell you what, you can't go in that dangerously, and I say dangerously, it wasn't even dangerous, it was just clumsy in the end. And how about that? That was just quality. At the end of the day, I kind of thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to stop attempting to go to either corner. I'll just hit it down the middle and hope. This time, though, I dinked it. I chipped it. My first chipped career mode goal of the series as well in a penalty. And Vincenzini, the young man brought in at the deadline day, you remember, Ribery's regen there, dinks us 1-0 in the lead. Oh, not 1-0 in the lead, 3-0. And what am I talking about? 3-0 in the lead is what I meant to say there, guys. And you can see, I honestly have no words for how this first leg went. We were 3-0 up inside 50 minutes on the clock. Real Madrid was stunned. I was even more stunned. I was absolutely buzzing at this result. I was thinking, already this tie's done with, and that's ridiculous. But 54 minutes in, Real Madrid kind of brought me back down to earth, showing that they could in fact get themselves on the score sheet. It was a very lucky goal though, because Lou makes an extremely good save from this one corner, getting his header on the back of that one. Makes the header there, but I have to say it's a great save by Lou, and unfortunately it comes off his leg and ends up going into the side net of the goal to make sure that Real Madrid did in fact get themselves an away goal in this one. So a 3-1 victory, it's still a very good result, and if I go back to the Santiago Bernabeu and draw the game, of course we go through anyways, but it would have been nicer to take a 3-0 win over there, and in my opinion, a 3-0 taking it back over there, I don't think I'd lose the game over there, so in my opinion, we would have been through and the tie would be dead. I still personally think the tie's gone anyways. A 3-1 victory is just ridiculous to see, and, it is what it is. But 72 minutes in, I was thinking it was just going to be 3-1. I was calm. I was just trying to play a bit of FIFA, enjoy it right now. And Real Madrid, obviously valuing the away goals, decided to commit men forward. And when they did that, Ziterbo gets in and makes it 4. So 15 minutes from time, we're taking a 4-1 win back to the Santiago Bernabeu with us. And that's crazy. That is absolutely mental. This tie, in my opinion, is already done. If we lose back in the Santiago Bernabeu by 3-0, of course, we go out on away goals. But if I lose it by 3-0, I'll happily concede defeat and say, you know what, we just weren't good enough. Because I cannot afford, or I shouldn't be losing 3-0 with the team that I've got and the quality that I have at FIFA to be going back to the Santiago Bernabeu and losing it 3-0 and not giving them a game. So, in my opinion, the tie there, pretty much done. And I'd say we're probably through to the next round. I don't want to curse myself, but at the end of the day, it's not easy to come back from a 4-1 deficit, especially if you've got your home leg to come. He just really isn't. Manchester United, though, beating Juventus by 1-0. Of course, the other Italian side, in the Champions League, to fall into a defeat in the first leg of their game. So they will have to overturn that back at their ground. So they didn't get themselves an away goal, but hopefully they'll still get through. It's nice to see the Italians still in the cup. You can see as well, guys, our final game of the episode came at the hands of Palermo. We need to pick up a win in this one. The first game of the episode, of course, in the league, we fell at a 2-0 defeat, so we don't want to lose this one either. We've got 6 games to go, and the title is within our grasp. We just need to be winning the next few games and hope Juventus possibly drop a few points, and then we'll be crowned basically the Calcio A champions. So, this one against Palermo, I don't want to make out this vitally important, but it's still an important one. We need to pick up a victory. We can't really afford a draw, because if Juventus win again, they pick up points on us, and they did in fact win their game when we lost, so we can't really afford a defeat here. either. So this game, I was looking forward to it. I was thinking, off the back of a 4-1 victory against Real Madrid. I know the team's not exactly the same because of the fact of fitness issues and stuff. You can see there, we're actually sat 6 points clear. So, as I mentioned, if we fall to defeat here and Juventus win their game, they'll go to 3 points, which is effectively 1 win and 1 defeat for us, away from catching us again, which we don't want to happen. So, a draw is minimum what we have to accept here. And even then, a draw I'll be very frustrated with. So, I mean, as I said, we've got to look at this league as nothing's going to come easy to us. We will have to try and win it ourselves. We can't rely on other teams, and therefore we need to pick up results whenever we play. And 36 minutes into the game, this is a wonderful move. Schopf gets inside here to the left-hand side, dinks a ball into the back stick, says, get on the end of that, Maricardi. He does just that, and that is a great way to open up the scoring here. 1-0 up in the game, 38 minutes on the clock. Maricardi, thank you very much. You've got me off to the start of dreams here because I was a bit nervous moving into this one, like I said. Although we had a really good result against Real Madrid last time out, the team was changed massively with the fact that fitness issues and stuff like that. So it was basically a new starting 11 in playing for us in this one. It was pretty much the same starting 11 that fell to defeat earlier on in the episode in the 2-0 defeat in the league. So I chose to go with it again. I put the faith in it, and it got me the opening goal of the game. And it was hopefully going to be a 3-point game, this one, because I put my faith back into the team, said, I've got confidence in you guys to go out there and do the job. Mario Icardi on the 38th minute says that he repays me for the faith that I put in him. We get the opening goal of the game, but Palermo at this point were looking to come straight back, but they gave away possession cheaply again. It really is sloppy from them. Jimenez turns his man, gives it off to Brozovic. Brozovic, great turn. Fantastic feet from him, and a low-driven shot into the bottom corner. Seals the deal for us. 41 minutes on the clock. Thank you very much, Brozovic. That makes it 2-0. All nerves were quenched at this point. We were moving into the half-time whistle in a very good stature. 2-0 up in a game, and we did not look like losing this one, in all honesty. You got to compare this to the early game of the episode. Of course, we didn't really do anything in that one. We were poor for the majority of it. I created a few chances, but nothing really worth showing you guys in terms of that. Whereas this time round, I kept Palermo to no chance in the first half, created 2 and took 2. So it is basically nowhere near exactly what happened in the first one. It's completely opposite. In that one, we didn't play well. This one, I took both chances that I got, and also my defence was pretty solid in the game, which is very nice to see as well. So 2-0 up in this one. Looking to make it a 3-point victory for ourselves. And I was just sort of looking forward to it, in all honesty. I'm this close now to winning the championship or winning the division. So I just want to make sure that we play well, if I'm being completely honest with you. Palermo, though, did get themselves a chance in this one. Great run from their player. Honestly, this was quality. And this was an absolute frustrating goal to concede. Because once again, Lou with a quality save. Onto the post. It rebounds back into the Palermo man's path. And less said about this, the better. Honestly, I was frustrated. I mean, the run itself deserved a goal. What a fantastic run it was from the Palermo man. But you can see Lou makes 2 saves. And on the second one, it comes off him, hits the post and goes in. Then comes back off the post and hits the guy, and then goes in. And to concede like that was frustrating as hell. And we were then 2-1 up, or we were back to 2-1 in a game that I never really looked like conceding up until that point. So 52 minutes on the clock, came back up for the second half, looking to make sure that the 3 points were heading back home with us, and we did just that with Raul Jimenez getting himself on the score sheet as well. The top scorer for us in the league so far, adds another goal to his collection. I don't think he's top of the top scorers at the moment. He was, of course, top scorer in the league a few episodes ago, but he seems to be hit and miss right now. He keeps changing with the guys at the top, and that may be down to the fact that he hasn't really played all as many games as he would have hoped, with the fact that we always switch between him, Icardi, Ziterbo and Amang. So in terms of that one, I can understand how he's sort of dropped, but at the same time, when he has played, sometimes he's not really been on form. Into the 85th minute we went. We got ourselves another one here. Mauro Icardi into the path of Inaki Williams. He takes the strike on, can't quite get the strike to the back of the net. Inaki Williams, what a fantastic turn that was on the edge of the area. A lot of luck involved in this one. The ball comes back off the keeper, hits the defender and falls straight back into the path of Inaki Williams, who happily accepts his gift there, if I will. But the thing is, guys, that turn was absolutely quality, that it pretty much deserved a finish. And I was a bit disappointed in the way that Inaki Williams tried to put the ball in the back of the net. Someone of his quality should be able to find the finish there after a great turn. He's got to be scoring that one for me, but unfortunately not. He didn't manage to do it on the first occasion, but he did it on the second after the luckiness of the bounce came in for us. And that just had to be a misery compiler, in all honesty, for Palermo. They didn't play well. Not only that, the luck just wasn't there for them on the day. I guess you could say the luck in terms of their first goal was there, but the luck just was not there in terms of our goals against them. So we took a 4-1 lead in the game with only 2 minutes left to go in this one. As I said, a very nice way to get back on winning ways in the league as well. So it means that now we move on into the next 5 games or 6 games or so. So I am pretty safe to... I'm going to say it right now. I'm pretty sure we're going to win the league title. There's no doubt about that in my mind. But, of course, I haven't recorded this episode yet, and it could all slip between now and then. This is a great finish as well, by the way, to make it 4-2. Disappointing for Lou to concede twice in a game that I didn't really give many chances to Palermo. But credit to them. 2 shots, 2 goals. So you got to take your chances when you get them, and that's what they did. So, like I said, I'm going to say right now the title's in our hands, but I don't want to say it too soon and then jinx myself. But, you know, it's pretty safe to say right now that the title's probably ours. I'm going to say it because, in my opinion, if I lose the next sort of 6 games, I will just quit. Honestly, I'll just quit. I'll quit. If I lose 6 games in a row, I will definitely quit playing FIFA. But I don't expect us to lose the next 6 games in a row. And in my opinion, the title's basically ours. I haven't recorded those episodes yet, like I said, so I don't actually know the outcome of those ones as to come yet. So that'll be interesting for me to record, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it as well. I understand that some of you guys may not be enjoying this series as much as you were back when we were at Leeds, and that is maybe the fact that it's been over 125 episodes now. I completely understand that, guys. If you are not enjoying the series anymore, there will be something still to come within the next month or so. So stick around for that one, of course. But if you did enjoy this episode, though, I'd appreciate if you could smash that like rating. As always, guys, you guys are absolutely incredible for all the support you show on the channel. I've said it numerous times, and I'll keep saying it. I appreciate everything that you guys do for me and for the channel as well. Hopefully you enjoy every single upload I put out. And if you did enjoy it, I'd appreciate if we could hit 40 likes on today's episode. And as always, guys, I will catch you all with another video very soon. Adios.